All right, and we are live. Welcome on in, everybody. We have got a little change of plans actually last minute. So, first it was Ken, and then we both, a few weeks ago, we both forgot that Mother's Day was tomorrow. So, we decided to bring the wives on and, just kind of do a little hour celebration with them. And I'm going to ask them a few questions. I'm going to ask Ken a few questions about motherhood. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm a huge expert on motherhood, so.
Right?
So real quick, we'll take care of the house cleaning. We got Billy. Billy, how's it going, buddy? Billy was in here early. He was in here right at the notification. And of course, we got Vato. Vato, you got beat this time, man. I'm sorry. And we've got the wife, Mrs. Mick. We've got Ron and E-Rock. E-Rock, what's up, brother?
Be safe, brother.
Driving home. Then, of course, here's Minnie Mick. She changed her name on here. You're gonna have to get your last name off there.
Why?
Because people will kidnap you.
That's exactly what I
always tell her that when she uses her real name. Josh Ricks, what's going on, man?
What's up, Josh?
Rex, how's it going, buddy? Oh wow, Yep, comments jumped on me. So if I miss somebody, guys, I'm sorry. We got Steven. Christos. Ain't seen you in a little while, brother. How's it going, man?
What's going on, man? Good to see you.
Christos is from Greece.
Oh, okay.
So it's probably either really early in the morning or really late at night over there. Jason Esser, what's going on? Walt, what's going on, man?
What's up, Walt?
Okay. So real quick, I'm gonna make a Chops. What's going on, buddy? Good to see you. Real quick, I'm gonna make an announcement, and then we will kind of move on. So, about a week ago, actually exactly a week ago, I was given an opportunity to become an affiliate for Copper Johns. I accepted, and so now that is actually going to be my first affiliate for the channel. Thank you.
Congrats, man.
Yeah,
Congrats.
that's awesome.
Ken, what's going on, buddy? Not you, other Ken.
Yeah, what's up, Ken?
So now we've got a few Kens and a few Dans in the community. So we're gonna make up nicknames for all of them.
There's three Kens that I know.
We just got one Walt.
There's me, there's a bearded accountant, and there's Suasana. His name's Ken also.
Yep. Suasana's Ken also. Yep. Aaron, how's it going, buddy? So the code for that, guys. Now listen. Let me explain some stuff here. So the code is going to be SB10. Now I know that sounds funny because everybody else's is 15. So there was another guy that was offered an affiliate also. His will also be 10. And any affiliates that Tyson takes on from now on, their discount code is going to be worth 10%. It is an economics thing. You got to think when you lose 30% of each sale just by somebody putting in a code, guys, that adds up a lot. So when you go to buy something from Copper Johns, don't ever think that if you use Ken's code over mine, that I'm going to get mad because you save more by using Ken's code.
Oh, no, use mixed code because you save Tyson money. Do it.
That's just how you look at it, right?
Or that, of course. But guys, as far as Copper Johns, if anybody in this chat has not tried this right here, I strongly recommend that. This is actually I was blown away. I am not usually the biggest fan of high caster in a blend. I don't mind a little bit. Actually, I prefer a little bit. But when it is towards the top like that, I generally don't care for it too much. But that is absolutely incredible. I really, really like it.
Yeah,
I'll be testing it some more. So
somebody asked if there was going to be a butter with the gray series, and man, you don't need a butter with it. Not for during the day. I mean, and you can wear any other butter at night because you're not really worried about that with gray beard as far as a thick butter. But
agreed.
But man, that oil during the day, yeah, you don't need a butter to style.
Agreed. That actually the other night, I've only gotten to wear it once because I had to start testing for another company. But that night I wore it. I didn't even put a butter on with it. I was totally fine. I was, totally fine. Walt, he agrees. Yeah, Mrs. Mick's always firing shots at Walt.
I saw it and I liked it.
Gabe, what's going on, buddy? Hey, there's Ben.
What's going on, guys?
What's going on, guys? Paranormal, what's up? I don't know which paranormal I got. What's going on, man?
What's going on, man?
So as everybody knows, tomorrow is Mother's Day. Unless you were created in a lab somewhere, you've got a mother. I think everybody here's got a mother. Reach out, tell them thank you, tell them you love them. Go give them a hug, get them flowers. Whatever your normal thing is, whatever you do, don't forget to do it. It's not a, obviously it is. Hey, you gotta stop it. Sorry. It's not a, obviously it's not a worldwide holiday, but I think it should be. So yeah, guys, like I said, everybody reach out to your mothers, make sure your kids reach out to your wives, all that. So I've got a few questions again, for the ladies. But before we move on to that, actually, I want to know, does anybody know how and when Mother's Day came to be, how it came to be, when it came to be? Does anybody know that? It's actually kind of funny how the...
You know that? Actually, I don't know that. I don't know.
So,
I don't know the history behind it, no.
Mother's Day, the first Mother's Day was actually on my birthday, May 12th, in 1907. So there was a lady named Anna Jarvis. She lost her mother, and her mother had always organized these like women's, I don't know if it was really like a march, but it was like get-togethers to, celebrate their motherhood, stuff like that. And when her mother passed away, she organized the first Mother's Day, to kind of celebrate motherhood, stuff like that. And so I thought that was pretty cool. Tomorrow being Mother's Day, I figured I would mention that. Kind of tragic how it came to be, but
right.
that's how she decided to celebrate her mother's life.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome.
So yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. And I told my wife, we was arguing about this, and then I ended up being right for once. I said, I guarantee you there was a Mother's Day before there was a Father's Day, because so sometimes she has to share Mother's Day with me because my birthday, May 12th, falls on Mother's Day about every third or fourth year. And she does not like that at all. I don't blame her. And my chat keeps freezing. How, Ron? I've been having problems with Streamyard for like the last month. It's saying poor signal and everything else.
Maybe switch it over to live chat. I don't know.
Yeah. Try that, Ron. Try switching back and forth from live to top a couple of times and see if that fixes it. So anyway, on to the questions for the ladies. Scroll back to when I came in.
Yeah, I saw the comment. You missed it. It's not my show, so I didn't bring it up.
Was it that one?
Yes.
Somebody take care of that.
Joe, it's supposed to be Val.
Yeah, one of my mods take care of that. Okay. Okay, here's the most basic question. As far as being a mother, and so we'll let Mrs. Bluegrass go first. She's our guest, so we'll let her go first. As far as being a mother, what is easier to raise, a boy or a girl?
Definitely a boy. Definitely a boy. I was told that before I knew what my first child was going to be.
Yep.
And everyone who had boys were always like, they're just so much easier. There's not all the drama. They're just really chill, just super easy. And then I had my first child, which was a girl. And it was everything but that. And then when I had my second and he was a boy, I definitely knew what they were talking about. So,
okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I can. Yep, I can see that. Ken, what do you think about that?
I mean, yeah, I guess so. Our daughter is she's more of a daddy's girl, so.
Okay.
I mean, I guess as long as you give the boys Fortnite and pizza, they're okay. So.
Yeah. There's just not all the drama with the boys, you know? They may talk back, you know, every now and then, you know, little snippy whatever. But you just don't have the drama in the mood swings. No, totally different.
And I see Joe's comment. Yeah, I'm seeing that shift right now.
Yeah. And we've been dealing with the mood thing for a while now, and it's only getting worse as, you know, the age goes up. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yep. So, you know, Joe has 3 girls and 1 boy. I think I could be wrong on that. Does Joe have 5 kids?
I'm not sure how many kids you have.
I know for sure he has 3 girls and a boy. There might be another girl though. I can't exactly remember. I know at least one of his daughters are fully grown, and I think out of the house, and then I think one of his daughters just 2 boys. 2 boys. Okay, so 3 girls and 2 boys. So pretty close to even there. Josue, what's up, buddy?
What's up, man?
All right, so you
Boys
for sure. How come?
Well, they're easier to potty train. They are. When we lived in the country when I had my son, and so he loved to go outside and go off the porch, and that was the easiest thing. And just the attitude, the back talk. And when she came along, and she's so much like him that it about makes me go crazy. It really does. And I always tell him when she becomes a teenager, I'm leaving. He's taking care of her by himself for a while. If she's anything like she is now, I can only imagine at teenage.
Yeah, and our daughter's just about to turn 12.
Oh, gosh.
So you can kind of see when you asked me that question, I was like, you have no idea where we're at right now. Yeah. She's, it's a hard age.
Yeah, she's 8 going on 18, she thinks.
Oh, yeah.
My son's 17. I've got 8 months left. He'll be grown. So, but she's something else compared to him.
Yeah.
Yeah. My daughter, man, I love my daughter to death, but there's sometimes I just look at her and I'm like, what in the HE double hockey sticks are you mad about right now?
Mm-hmm.
What are you mad about? Nothing.
She's very moody, but
nothing has to happen for the switch.
Nothing.
He looked at me.
Yeah. Gabe, what's going on, buddy? Burr, what's going on, man?
What's up, guys?
Pete, I don't know if I've been seeing your comments, but I don't know if I said hi to you. So let me think here. So I've got a question for Mrs. Bluegrass, but I'm going to save this one for a little bit. So I'm trying to think of how to word this question where it doesn't sound political. I'm just gonna go basic with it. What is the biggest struggle raising children? Doesn't matter if it's boys or girls in today's society. And that can be for both of you. That can be absolutely for both of you.
I mean, obviously we live in a very different time from when we were kids. And there's so much more, like my mom never had the talks with me about danger and kidnapping and all these things that can happen. I mean, I don't remember one talk about it. But now because of the world we live in, it's like we have to have these talks continuously. I mean, it was just the other day I was teaching all 3 kids how to ID somebody if they were to be taken, so they know how to get descriptive, information about somebody. You just never know. And it's crazy to have these talks with kids so young, but you have to. And so I never thought that I'd have to have these talks or worry about these things at such a young age with them. But
it's very bad.
But they're important, to talk about. So
yeah.
That's the hardest thing. I mean, everything else we can deal with,
Like you can't turn your back anymore. You have to constantly have your eyes moving at all times.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Yep.
And that's anywhere. I mean, that's just like living around here. I mean, the town that I grew up in, you could leave your front door open all night long and you had nothing to worry about.
Right.
You leave your car keys in the car and you had nothing to worry about. And you can't do that anymore. And it's like he talks about letting her walk to school because we're like 2 blocks away from the school. I'm like, I don't know about that. This is a different world we live in.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It really is. I mean,
well, see, I get it, but really, and now this is just me, and so okay, you know what? Let's go ahead and just make a statement here. Men, fathers, especially if you have a partner, it's no matter what the partner is, doesn't have to necessarily be a woman, but if you have a partner, the men are more relaxed on certain things. Obviously not everything, but to me, men are more relaxed on certain things. Dad, can I ride my bike in the road? Sure. As long as you don't live on a highway, but like where we live, can I ride my bike in the road? Yeah, just kind of stay in front of the house. Mom, no, you stay in the yard.
I panic. Like,
so
I don't like it.
For me, letting her walk to school, because there's a couple of backyards she can cut through. Once she gets out of the yards, she's actually within eyeshot of the school. It's like, somebody could see her. There's teachers that sit outside the whole morning, opening car doors for the drive-through kids, stuff like that. So for me, it's not quite a big deal, but I do get it. I totally get it. But again, it's kind of one of them give and take things. Would riding a bike be better where being on foot might not be as good? Because I used to ride my bike we live now next door to where I grew up, pretty much most of where I grew up. And there's a few houses around here. There's a large stand of trees, so you're kind of hidden when you're walking through the backyards, and getting out to the school. To me, it's pretty safe, but to her, she thinks, well, maybe she can't walk through the backyard. She'll have to walk all the way around. Well, then if she's walking all the way around, then I totally get it, because the one road she'd have to hit is super busy. So,
especially on school morning.
I haven't even pushed the issue of her, walking to school or anything like that. I just, that's fine. So,
it's like his grandma lives down the road and his mom will be down there and she wants to ride her bike down there. So I make her get with her tablet on FaceTime, and I stand at the road till I can't see her, but then his mom's outside waiting for her to come around the corner. So at all times, one of us has eyes on her, that's
yeah. And I'd be the same way. Yeah. I'd be exactly the same way.
Usually men don't have the feelings of it like a mom does. So
right. It just takes a second for someone to pull over with a van and snatch a kid. I mean, that quick, that I would not risk anything.
Yeah.
Actually, I'm going to say here, Mick, you're by yourself on that one, dude. I am sometimes I think I'm overprotective.
Okay.
Now part of that comes from my military time. And I work in IT security, so I see bad crap all the time. Okay. So,
that right there, that can broaden this conversation really well.
Yeah.
See, okay. So me and you, as far as our professional background, they're totally different. You know what I mean? The worst thing I see is somebody smashing their finger, or, God forbid, getting a finger cut off, or building a bad part, stuff like that. You see, I'm assuming, I don't know for sure, but I'm assuming that you see cyber crimes and you see even worse things than, you kind of know what I'm talking about, stuff that should never, ever happen. And plus, you're a vet and you have seen the ugly side of, human beings, the world, stuff like that. So no, I can definitely understand, obviously I haven't seen it myself, but I can understand where you're coming from on that. If in New York City, if a woman is mugged, from then on, she is going to be more alert to walking out of a restaurant or the gym late at night, and walking down a dark alley or a street or something like that. She's going to be more, alert. And I would assume, being a veteran would be basically the same thing. You're going to be more alert, to to the dangers around you. You know, you're going to want to know what all the dangers are around you and stuff like that. So no, I totally get that.
Just like Walt said, living in the 80s was a different time
Yes.
than now.
Yeah.
Very much
for
so.
You
sure.
ran around, like he said, till the street lights were coming on. That was your sign to go home.
Yep.
You know?
Oh yeah, dude. When I was a kid, when I was a teenager, I had a curfew. My curfew was 11, but my parents went to bed at 10, so I didn't go home.
Yeah.
So okay, so tell you what, kids on the internet by themselves shouldn't happen. Glad for gab phones. Okay, so okay, I can respect that. So I will say my daughter has a tablet. She has a TikTok. Okay, so
I have the TikTok on mine that she has.
Yeah.
So I see everything.
so she monitors that.
Yeah.
So
Mhm.
but we do let her put videos on there, and obviously everybody's seen the video of the mini brands where they pop open. Okay, so that's what she's into, right? So
And-
she likes to unbox the mini brands. So for the most part, I have set up my phone and made her reach around it where her face is not on there. You know, for the most part, I think there's probably a couple of little videos where she's on there singing or talking or
She loves to sing.
she likes the fidgets. She likes the little fidget things, you know, where they pop the little deals and stuff like that. But again, she's got, I don't know if it's control of it, but she can see.
We share the same account type
They
thing.
Yeah.
And then anything or any kind of app she tries to get, anything, her or my son, either one, it comes to my phone and I have to approve it. Purchase app, anything.
No.
I have to approve it. And he hates that because he's 17, of course. Well, guess what? Until you pay your own phone bill, I'm approving it.
Right.
Yeah.
I do the same
Buy
thing.
anything we wanted out of our bank account, and I don't do that. So
Yeah.
Right.
I do the
Right.
same thing on my kids. Everything is tied to my
he
phone.
hates it. And I mean, I understand, but there's always that chance. What if you accidentally do something you didn't mean to do,
Yep.
So
That's
I don't
another good thing about Apple. Yep.
Right. That is, yes.
we're
I'm
out.
Android all the way. So of course he had to say that.
I didn't know what I didn't.
He
catch
was
what-
staring me. Yeah, he was staring me down with the Apple thing.
I tell her at least 3 times a week why something on Apple's better.
You're not going to convince me.
Right.
We've had them for a long time, and like now for her, because she's got the tablet, that's the Apple tablet, and it's like she can text us, any of us that have Apple. Well, pretty much my whole family has Apple, so she can text them, call them, because she wants a phone, but he won't let her have a phone until she's at least 10. And so
Mhm.
I said, what more could you ask for? You pretty much have a phone, but at least she can't just call random, or random numbers can't call her.
Yep.
So
Right.
that's kind of another thing. So
And I'll be honest, the 10-year-old thing, I told her that when she was 5,
because she was honest then about a phone.
and I didn't think she would remember. I figured in a few years
She
I
don't
could be like,
forget.
when you're 12, and then I figured she'd forget, and then I could go to 14. No, she didn't.
She doesn't forget
She didn't.
anything.
And I should have known that, because little things like that, I don't forget. I remember. I can't remember if I'm supposed to go do something, but you tell me something, and in 10 minutes I forget it, but in 2 years I remember it. That type of thing. You know what I mean? It's like I have no short-term memory.
Like
but
when
my
I say
long-term.
take the trash out today or do the laundry, he doesn't remember it till 2 years later. You know what I'm talking about.
So, okay. Bato says, what do you think is a good age to get a kid a phone?
My son had one at a younger age, but of course it was just me and him. So things even then were different than they are now in the world. So he was young, but at the time, it was just him and I, and he was an only child at the time. So, but with her, in the world that we live in, and her being a girl on top of that, I'm thinking, like at 10, I mean, that's going to be where we still have control of a lot of things. She will not be able to, answer numbers that she doesn't know. If it doesn't come up in the contact, she's not to answer it. I will check the phone daily, that kind of thing. So I really don't know. I guess it's just kind of someone's opinion, how they think, but.
Yeah, we're kind of the same way. My daughter will run down here if like some unknown number.
Yeah.
Typically, it's just somebody calling to let her know her car warranty's going to run out.
Right.
You never know.
Yeah, with
But
all
that's
of our kids, they weren't allowed to get a phone until they were about to enter 6th grade.
Yeah.
So that's kind of our tradition. So our oldest got a phone just before 6th grade. Our daughter got a phone just before 6th. And then our youngest is about to enter 5th grade, so he's got another year yet.
Wow.
So
6th grade here is middle school.
yeah.
Yes.
I don't know. I know some places it's still 7th grade, I think, but
Yeah, it's
and our
6th
middle
grade.
school is like 15 miles away.
And it's way out in the country. So we like to be able to, at that point,
Yes.
be able to reach the kid,
Right.
or have them reach us.
Right. I totally agree with that too. So
Yeah.
7th grade here for me anyway was middle school, but at some point, and I don't even know when this happened, but at some point here in our town, that changed also. So now
Yeah.
6th grade, and I'm going to be honest now. Again, things have progressed since I was in school. Things have progressed since I was younger. But to me, 6th grade is entirely too young to be going to school with high schoolers. Now, that's probably not the case in most schools because most schools are bigger than where we are at here. Now, her high school is all one building, or her whole school. The school she went to, from kindergarten till you graduate, you're in the same building.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a small school.
One end of the building was elementary, and then kind of in the middle was junior high, and then towards the end was the high school. But you walk through the high school to get to the cafeteria, the little kids, all that. But they schedule everything to where like they're in class as you're coming through the halls, that kind of stuff. So you weren't like getting ran over by the bigger kids. But I graduated with 25 people. So, the class before me graduated with 12. So it was a small school.
Yeah.
Stephen, 6th grade is somewhere around 10 to 12, 11, something somewhere around there.
For our kids, it was 11 going on 12.
Yeah. 11.
Yeah.
Kind of depends on your birthday. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Okay, Tyson. All right, man. I appreciate that.
Nice.
Have a good day, brother.
See you, Tyson. Be safe, man.
Go-karts. Awesome.
Thank you.
Love the go-karts. So you know what? Speaking of go-karts, real quick, and I'll shut up about that. There is a where McKissick Beard goes at. There is a actual like a professional go-kart track there, and we went up there and rode one time. And I'm telling you right now, my hat is off to Benjamin because I'm going to tell you, we rode them. We went the first race. We paid for 25 laps. And I'm telling you, going around them and around the corners and stuff, dude, my arms were sore. Like I had worked out for like the next week. That was rough.
Brother?
Yeah. Yeah.
Wow.
So that was actually wild.
He's like, I'm not going again for a while. He was like, I ain't hurt like that in a long time.
Yep.
There you go. That's the math guy right there.
There you go. Yep. There you go. That's our math guy.
Good job, man.
For sure. So, okay. I'm going to ask that question. It's not an offensive question by any means. It just kind of, I think this is kind of a strange question, and it might not be. So y'all tell me if this is.
Well, you already know I'm not going to take anything offensive. We're not. So
actually, this one is for Mrs. Bluegrass only because this can only apply to her.
Okay.
So, and again, this is just something I'm curious about. How did being an MP, how did that help prepare or kind of get you ready for motherhood? Did it contribute anything? Did you learn anything?
I mean, yeah, sure. I learned a lot, but I would say my whole overall military experience is really kind of what got me ready for that. In fact, before going in, I had zero desire to have kids. I have 2 older sisters who each have 4 each. And so I was just loving on my nieces and nephews. And I'm like, this is good for me. I'm going to be a career person and just do a career and not have kids. And I went into the service and did all that. And then I had kids after I got out. And I think that helped me be more disciplined and just really kind of figure out who I was. I didn't have my first kid till I was 32. So I was able to live life travel, do all of that stuff, go to college, get my degree. You know, I kind of had myself put together before I had kids. And I think that's super important. At least for me, it was, because I would hope that my kids would do the same thing, you know, in life. I watched my two sisters kind of, I don't want to say fail, but they have a lot of regrets about having kids too soon, not being able to go on to college like they had wished. I'm the only kid in my family that went on to college, graduated with a 4-year degree, was able to travel the world and do all these things. And, you know, they always had this sense of jealousy, even though they love me to death, but they were always kind of jealous that they could never do these things. And then my sister ended up with a brain tumor, and it was too late for her to go to college, and she kind of missed out on that dream. And I just being the youngest, you know, I had the backseat view watching them go through their trials and errors and going, I'm not going to do that. I'm going to wait. I'm going to do this. And it kind of helped me formulate my path, you know, in life. Yeah. And so I really hope that we can instill good values into our kids so that they make, you know, the right choices when they get older that's best for them. And, but yeah, I mean, before I went in, I was just like anybody else, you know, crazy teenager who wanted to go out and party and do all that kind of fun stuff. But then when I came home, first from basic training, I mean, my family saw a huge difference in me. You know, I was just a different person. And I think that just helped me become ready, you know, for being a good parent. You know, I needed that. I needed that experience. So, yeah.
That was actually an excellent answer. That was an excellent answer. That's better than I could have even hoped for. Yeah.
But, you know, our life experiences form us, you know. Right. So if I would have went straight from high school to babies, I don't know how good of a mom I personally would have been. Because I had a really rough childhood. You know, my parents had a messy divorce. There was just a lot not going right. And I think that because I was dealing with so much, even up to graduation, I know I wouldn't have been a good mom. I wouldn't have been in a good place mentally, you know, any of that. So I'm just glad it worked out the way it did.
Yeah.
Well, it takes a lot of maturity and self-awareness to be able to go on the screen and admit that. You know, luckily that didn't happen, you know, but even to say that, you know, I know if I had not have done this way, you know, this is what would have most likely happened. No, I 100% respect that. And actually my situation, so I've only got one kid that's actually mine, you know. And we didn't have her till I was 28. So I was kind of the same as you. I didn't think that I wanted kids, you know, most of my life. Well, when I was in my early 20s, I knew I didn't, you know, that, you know, I knew that I wasn't ready at the very least, but didn't think that I wanted, you know, kids at all to start out with. And, you know, I by the time I was about 26, you know, starting to go on 27, I was thinking, you know, I'll probably never have kids. As far as my mom and dad, I'm an only child. Now I have a couple of stepsisters, you know, but I was like, well, you know, they didn't have a boatload of kids, you know, so, you know, they had one, you know, maybe I'll have none, you know, and then when, you know, we got pregnant with Riley, it took it a little bit to sink in for me, you know, like, I knew, you know, I'm going to have a kid. And then we found out it was a girl, and I was like, okay. So then, and I think what it was I think I was worried about it being a boy because I knew how I was, you know? So I was like, and then we found out it was, you know, going to be a little girl. And I was like, okay. So I kind of started getting into the idea a little bit better. And, you know, now I wouldn't change it. You know, I wouldn't change a thing. Well, I say I might would do it earlier, but no, let me not say that, because that would not be the truth. I'm actually glad it happened when it did, because before that I was not squared away. We'll just, most everybody's heard the story, or they went back and watched the stream. I was not squared away, before my daughter was born.
Yeah, I was young when I had my son. I mean, I was 21, but it was scary. I was on my own doing it, pretty much through the whole pregnancy as well. And it was just kind of one of those things. Never date your best friend. I mean, that's just the honest truth. And so it was just, it was scary, but it's crazy because now I'm thankful. But I cried when I found out it was a boy. I wanted a girl so bad, because in my mind, as a single mom, I could bond better with a girl than I could a boy. Not thinking about mother, a mom and a boy versus the dad and daughter thing. I cried for days. But then after it all was said and done, and now having her, I am thankful that I had a boy to be in the situation I was in, because it would have been a whole different ballgame if it had been a girl. So, but I'd never thought after having him that I would have any more. I just kind of figured it wouldn't happen. I always said that I wouldn't have any more. I always said I wouldn't be married too, but
But tell them about the thing, the test, the thingy.
Oh, the pencil and thread.
Yeah.
How it showed boy girl.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know how you can do the little pencil and the needle and string, or like you can do a pencil and string and put it over your wrist, and it'll tell you kind of like what you're having or what you're supposed to have. And like my first one read a boy, and my second one read a girl, which is exactly what I had. Some people it doesn't work on, but
yeah,
it's worked on.
It's a game of chance.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not a real thing, but when they tested it on her, it's a certain way, like it goes clockwise or counterclockwise, and like it'll I don't know. It's really weird how it's weird that it actually spins. Like you hold it down there still, and then it automatically starts spinning. I've never understood that. That freaks me out right there. That part of it. So, all right, guys, real quick, we will go ahead and do a $25 gift card for Copper John's giveaway. I swore I was going to start doing trivia, but this was kind of sprung on me, so we will go ahead and do a random number generator as soon as I get it pulled up here.
There you go.
I don't have a fancy giveaway intro like Ken.
I'm just a nerd.
I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to get him to make me one.
Hey, send me a audio recording of you screaming giveaway time or something. We'll put something together.
Okay.
Scream like circus cow or something. I don't know.
Right.
Like a circus cow. How does a circus cow scream?
I don't know. How does a circus cow scream, Mick? I don't.
Well, this is going to be good. No one's going to have one like yours.
Yeah. So, all right, guys. As soon as I give you the number range, go ahead and guess. And like Vato says, only enter once. Don't cry if you get prioritized. Vato's going to get prioritized, bar none. That's just what happens to him. So all right, guys, your range is going to be between 1 through 10. 1 through 10. Good luck.
Good luck, everybody.
Yep.
Good luck.
What's up, B-Rock? I'm glad you got home safely, man.
Yeah.
Oh, there it went.
You got a winner already.
And we do have a winner. Let me double check all these here. Right there. Okay. Stephen Fleming.
Nice, man.
Congrats.
Fucking.
He's up late too because he's in Ireland.
Oh, nice.
Pretty sure he's in Ireland.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Well, it's a gift card, so if he wants to make a purchase from Copper John's, maybe that'll like cover the shipping or something like that.
Yeah, they'll probably open the shipping a lot. Yeah.
Yeah.
I did not. I'm gonna be honest. I didn't know. I knew he was not in the U.S., but I did not know he was in Ireland.
Yeah, I think I'm right about that. Steven, tell me if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty sure I'm right about that because he bought a hat, and I think that I remember seeing that shipping. Yeah.
Yep. Congrats, man. So we will, and Stephen, all you'll need to do is if you have IG, you will, Ireland, he says, you'll just need to reach out to Copper John's Beard Co. And if you don't have IG, let us know real quick, and we will take measures to make sure you can get that.
Yeah, he's on IG also.
Okay, good. I was thinking that I've seen him on there before, but I've been wrong before. I mean, I know Vato's on IG. He just won't admit it.
I'm trying to get Vato on IG. You know, Vato. So Bearded Vato is one of few guys in the community, and don't everybody start asking, but he's got my personal phone number, so we can at least text. But
right. But you know what? Vato's got my number too.
Yeah. But I did ask him, we were talking about IG, and he told me why he doesn't have it. So I said, dude, okay, I understand. I'm never going to ask you again.
Wow. Okay.
So,
he's never actually told me that. Yep. So
yeah.
Yep.
It's a good reason.
Jeremy, what's going on, buddy?
What's up, Jeremy?
Eric, I didn't even see you come in, man. How's it going, buddy?
That's right, Eric. He's always wrong.
E-Rock's got my number too. Yeah, E-Rock and Vato both have got my. They've both got my
He's
number.
fixing to be crowned the new housewife.
Technically, well, no. Actually, I'm not unemployed till May 27th.
He's gonna be the housewife.
Well, congratulations on the housewife position.
Thank you. So Ken and Mrs. Bluegrass, which you know this, Ken and Mrs. Bluegrass just had a double collab come out. So you got Derby Day and Cookie Queen.
Mm-hmm.
And so we actually picked up, so what did I get? I haven't received it yet. I got the beard oil in both. And I believe I got a butter and possibly something else.
You got me some of that cream.
Yeah, so I got her the body butter. I tried to get her to get is it a pre-shave oil?
Yes. It's a shave oil.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
A shave oil. I tried to get her to get that, and she's like, "Nah, I don't think she's a big fan of shave oil yet." So I won a giveaway the other day that had some Detroit shave oil in it. I'm gonna have her try that, and maybe that'll kind of change her mind. But yeah, so far I've gotten her one pre-shave oil or shave oil, and she wasn't a big fan of that. So you know, maybe one of these other ones that are going to be coming in, maybe that will. Maybe change your mind on it. But so the Cookie Queen is it's strawberry cookie, right? It's just a strawberry cookie.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
I'm not always the biggest fan of all food scents, but I do have a few that I really, really enjoy, and I'm thinking that that one's going to be one of the ones that I like. I love strawberry. Like Strawberry Way from Aztec. I really, really enjoy that, and that's, them couldn't be more opposite of kind of how they are, I think, but still, I really like the
Cookie Queen is the one that we worked the longest on. And to me, obviously we're biased on it, but I think it turned out perfectly. Derby Day, I mean, obviously there's leather in it, so I got it. I'm like, oh yeah, this is great. But seriously though, Jimmy nailed it the first time. Cookie Queen was a couple of bottles back and forth.
Okay. So we're not talking a Copper John situation here, a Bluegrass Trail situation here.
That one turned out perfect too.
So I got the other two. I got the other two that you released with that. And I have argued with people this whole time about either one of them other two being better than Bluegrass Trails. But man, I'm going to tell you right now that Lost Creek is it Lost Creek?
Oh,
yeah,
I've got it right here.
It's really good.
Man, that dadgum Lost Creek. Woo. That's
yeah.
Good. Yes, yep. That one go papaya, vanilla bean, and leather.
Yep.
Wow.
Yep.
That is. Which now you tested all these, right, Ken?
We did.
These all came from the different ideas we threw around for the collab. This was just going to be one bottle, and the collab is only one bottle. But
right.
other 2 scents came out of it, and he's like, well, I need to release these too because they're so good.
Right. So they were part of our tester bottles, but he was
Okay.
able to make 2 additional scents because they just turned out so good.
Gary, what's going on, buddy?
Oh, Gary.
Yeah, that was, and I like both of them. I like, wait, no, it's Lost Creek. Okay, I like Lost Creek better than Lake Town, but
Same.
Yeah, same here.
Don't get me wrong, I like them all.
Yeah.
Yeah, that
Yeah,
one,
Tyson-
them are really nice. So yeah, I'm really looking forward to both these collabs. The Derby Day, which, okay, so when I first came into the community and started buying products, I didn't dislike leather, but I didn't like it as much as I do now, and a lot of that is because I hadn't had really killer leather scents. You know, there was stuff that had a little bit of leather in it here and there, you know, and you could maybe pick up a little hint of it. And I'm like, yeah, it's okay. But, you know, it kind of always left something to be desired. And then Bilberry is what, you know, started to kind of turn the tides on that.
That's a good one.
Now,
Yeah.
I mean, I would put leather, you know, in about every profile if I could, which we obviously know that Ken would do the same.
You like smoke though, right?
I like smoke. Yep. I like.
Well, I'm not a smoke guy,
Mhm.
and I cannot say what this is yet, but I've got something in my hand I think you're absolutely going to love.
Oh, nice.
If this comes out.
Can you say who it's from?
I can't.
Okay.
No. So this tester bottle came to me, and I opened it up, and you know I don't like smoke, right? So I was like, oh, okay, it's smoke.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
A lot of you guys, I think, are going to like it.
So that's going to be a smoke that you dislike, right? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because there's the only smoke scents that I've found that I like so far is Whistle Punk by Ruddy Man.
Pineapple smoke from Chesapeake.
Which one?
What's it called?
Kauai, yeah, Kauai. And that may be it. I'm trying to think if there's anything else. I'm just not a smoke guy. If I can really, really smell it, then I don't like it.
Right. And that's, I think that's a lot of the deal with Kauai. You know, it's not a really present smoke, which this is the weirdest thing. She can smell the smoke in it. She claims she can.
Oh yeah, I can.
She says she can smell that smoke in there. So,
You know what's funny is he, being such a big leatherhead, he's now starting to like invigorating scents, which he never did. So I don't know if it's just wearing more different mixed things or.
I'll never like smoke. Don't worry.
No, I'm not saying about the smoke, but just the fact that you went from like totally not like invigorating to actually really liking it now. Like, we're just constantly changing, with what we like.
That happened with the Honor Brand beard butter.
Yeah.
Their tea tree peppermint.
It just takes a good scent profile from somebody.
Yep.
That can really just change your mind. Because if things are mixed, like I'm not a big leather person, but if it's mixed with the right stuff, I love it. It can be an incredible scent. So,
I think that. So I was the same way on the invigorating. If it said peppermint, I still don't like tea tree by itself. Let's make that very clear. Tea tree by itself is horrible. But matter of fact, I've got one right. Nope. I've got one somewhere from this company that I'm testing, and it's like peppermint, or it's mint, tea tree, something, and then a fragrance called Howood. I don't know exactly what that is, but it's an invigorating, almost a cologne-y invigorating type scent, and it is really, really nice. But some of the stuff that Dan C has done, the one with Natural Stress Solutions, that one's got the orange bitters, it's got the peppermint. I really, really enjoy that. And then my favorite just smell of invigoration comes from the Dollar Shave Club shave cream. It is nothing more than peppermint and orange, but it is whatever either essentials or fragrance that they used in that is just amazing. I mean, I love it. So yeah,
I love that. Is it snow melt?
Yeah, Rugged Smuggler.
Oh, that snow melt is so good.
I like that one. I like that
Yeah,
one.
that's really good.
That was one of the first. That was one of the first peppermint based scents that I really that I actually kind of fell in love with that one. How did I get that one? Oh, it came in the bento box. It was a sample. I mean, I say a sample butter. I think it was like a 2 ounce, but it was a pretty small butter. But I actually used, I think, either all or most of that one up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Albert has a question. Vinegar and water. Getting some buildup on my skin. Ooh, that's a good question.
That is not something I've researched. I mean, vinegar's really acidic, so.
I made an apple cider vinegar rinse one time, and it seems like I went about 20%, about 20% vinegar and 80% water. But man, that is kind of a hard one, honestly, because my personal opinion, after I made that rinse, I used it twice, and I won't do that no more. I didn't have the best results with it. Again, I know a lot of people that have a lot of amazing results with it. Beer Times with Scott, he's one of them. So what I did was I put the rinse in one of the condiment bottles, like the red and yellow, mustard ketchup. We had one of them, and I put it in that, and I used that. I just run it along the cheek lines and let it run through, let it sit in for a minute or two, and rinse it out. But I didn't have the best results with that. So, I mean, if you need a good strip, if you have a like a craft soap, Captain Stash, whiskey and hardtack, something like that, man, just wash up with that and let it sit in there for a minute, for 1 minute, and it'll strip it out pretty good. Also, if you've got a pine tar,
pine tar. Mm-hmm.
There's a bunch of liquid washes out there that'll strip.
Beer Justice has a real good African black soap.
Yep, an African black soap will do a good job, especially on the African black soap. If you put it in and rinse it right back out, it's a light strip. If you put it in and let it set for 30 seconds to a minute, the longer you let it set, the more it's going to strip. Now, with that, I'm going to say, you don't want to let it sit in there for 5 minutes. It'll strip it down to nothing.
Yeah.
Captain Stash, his liquid soap is actually, it's a little bit more on the stripping side than it is. It does have conditioning agents in it, but it's more on the stripping side than it is the conditioning side. You can put that in and let it set for, a minute or two, and have a really nice clean beard. So, okay, Amr, yeah, do that. That African black soap it'll clean you right up. It should take the buildup right out of there.
Yeah. I've never done vinegar and water.
Mm-mm.
I've never even looked into that.
There was some, man, it's been probably a year and a half, 2 years ago. There was a few videos that dropped on it. Different people just trying it, kind of sharing their experiences. But as far as hard research, I don't even know if Dan's got hard research on that. He might. He might have a video that has really good research for that.
I know is the smell of vinegar. I don't care if it's apple cider or just distilled or whatever. It's nasty.
Apple cider's worse.
I don't care if it's strawberry jelly vinegar. It still stinks.
Yeah, we don't like that smell. Yuck.
No, I'm not a. I like to use it for stuff. It's a great cleaner. It cleans stuff. My work clothes will get that industrial kind of smell to them. Mm-hmm. So we'll throw a few teaspoons or a few tablespoons of baking soda in the wash, and then just a splash of white vinegar. And it'll take that just that industrial odor, out of it.
Right.
apple cider vinegar is amazing for skin, for complexion, for blood pressure,
Poison ivy.
It even helps with cholesterol, all that, but you have to ingest it.
Right. Yeah, I've heard that. Yeah.
I will, that's one thing I won't go, I'll go pharmaceutical over natural on that.
Right.
So so Ron said he's done an apple cider vinegar rinse and wasn't thrilled with it either. Yep. Oh, hey, you know what? Speaking of that, so what did Mrs. Bluegrass think about the light side and the dark side?
I love both. I mean, honestly, he killed it.
He did.
But if I had to pick one, I'm going light.
Same with her.
Yeah.
I like the
them both.
fruity versus the heavy dark scent.
Yep.
But both were really good. They were very good.
She said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
And normally she does not like tobacco scents. She's not usually a tobacco scent person. She likes the colognes. Really, her favorite profile is some kind of a cologne profile. Now I've got stuff that's not necessarily cologne-y, but they're complex. Flirting with a cologne vibe. She likes them.
Yeah.
There's some invigorating scents. She's like, yeah, that's good. She's like, but I'd rather you have a cologne scent on.
Yeah.
So, but anyway, so guys, I told Ken and Mel that I was not going to keep them longer than an hour. They are celebrating Mother's Day. They're celebrating Mother's Day partly today, I think. So we are going to get ready and wrap it up. If there is anybody that has any questions, you better throw them in now because, like I said, we're going to wrap it up here pretty quick. Got what you meant to say, silicone. Got a silicone scrubber to get beard wash down to the skin also. Bad problem with dandruff until I started using one. Yeah. I think exfoliation is a very important part of your shower routine. I really think it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I actually use what they call a beard buster. You can usually buy them in your barbershop or you can order them from Luxurious. You can get them off Amazon. They're just a couple of bucks. I actually use one of them every day. I just don't do a hard exfoliation, but I do while the water's hitting the beard. I comb through all the way down to the skin with that.
Mm-hmm.
And I've had really good results doing that each day.
What was that beard stuff he was wearing the other day when I came in? I told you it smelled like that Cincy of the blueberry cheesecake. Which scent was
that? Was it?
Was that one?
Yeah. So I had the light side on the other day, and she come in and she said, "That smells like that blueberry cheesecake Cincy."
As soon as I hit the front door, I could smell it. It was amazing. I was like, what? I figured he put some of the Cincy in. I didn't know, but I didn't think I had that kind anymore. And he was like, it's that beard oil. And I was like, man, it smells so different compared to when I was just smelling it. It was amazing.
Right.
Yeah.
That's really good. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I mixed them that night on the stream. I put light side oil in, and then I grabbed some of the dark side butter and just kind of threw that on top of it. Just to kind of, you guys know me. I mix stuff.
Yeah, you did the mix. You did the mix the next day too, right?
Yeah. And then I actually mixed them the next day. I actually took the oils and put a few shakes of each into the hand and mixed them up. That right there could be one just big complex profile by itself. That is good.
I was just going to ask you if you liked it.
Oh, that was nice like
really?
That. Sometimes I've been mixing scents for a long time now. Sometimes you got to kind of play with it to be able to actually smell both of them, but not with this. With this, you can do 1, 2, 3 shakes and then grab the other bottle, do the same thing, and they're both very, very present. So, so everybody's saying, most of the guys in the chat are saying they like the dark side for the win. And I would have said that after first use, but after a few uses of each, man, I'm on the fence. I'm still on the fence. I'm not saying I like one better than the other, but I'm starting to kind of lean a little bit towards that light side. Man, I really, really enjoy that. I don't get a lot of scents with blackberry in them. I've only got I think I've had 3. 2 of them are from the same company, and then this one from Gary. And man, I'm really starting to like blackberry and stuff.
Yeah, he did a great job.
He really, really did. When you have a 15-inch beard, that stuff doesn't work. You need to use other products to help you in that department. Yep, I can imagine. Yeah, we're fixing to hang it up right in just a second. So, all right, guys, we appreciate everybody for coming out. We appreciate Ken and Mel for agreeing to jump on with us. Again, when me and Ken scheduled this, we did not even think about Mother's Day being the next day.
Right.
So yeah, we're going to go ahead and cut it short. So if anybody has any final thoughts, if there's any, I don't know if there's anybody in the chat. I haven't seen none of my Canadian friends or anything, but if there is, if you haven't subscribed to Bluegrass Bearded, make sure you go and do that. And guys, if y'all got any final thoughts before we
let me say, Mrs. Mick, happy Mother's Day.
Yes.
Same to you,
Mel. And same to you, Mel. Yep.
And everybody in the chat. I don't see any ladies in the chat, but you guys have wives and girlfriends and moms and
y'all have morning,
right?
Mother's Day.
Yep.
Don't forget.
And you were reminded. Everybody in the chat was reminded.
Right.
So go to Kohl's. Go to Kohl's now.
Baked milk.
All right, guys, that will do it. We will see everybody next week at the same time. Next week we've got Jordan Canalone and Tyler. We're going to play a round of maybe 2 of beard oil roulette, and we're going to talk a little bit about the ALS or Lou Gehrig syndrome stream. So that'll be on June 6th. Okay. But we're going to talk more about it next Saturday. Like I said, I appreciate everybody for coming out, and we will see y'all next week.
Later, everybody.